Hey, today I wanted to talk about why your low back and your neck tighten when life gets busy. And I wanted to talk about that stress back, stress spine and nervous system connection, and how it relates to your overall health and you being that much more resilient to tackle more throughout your weeks. You're going to want to watch this one. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Bradbury, family corrective chiropractor here in Georgetown, Ontario, Canada. And today we're actually going to be discussing some simple things you can do to reset yourself if you're finding yourself saying, oh my gosh, I got so much to do, or I'm just so darn tight, whether it be your neck or your back. And there is a connection there between your emotions in terms of how you experience stress and your spine, particularly your neck, your low back, and really life gets busy. And I understand it can be tough. And if you're a busy parent or busy individual just getting pulled in every single direction, and you're in that 35 to let's say 55, 60 category, and life has a lot of demands on you. And I really want to share with you today, when those emotions are high and things are stressed, there are some simple things that you can do to help reset. And I know for me, one of the most simplest things that I love to do is just take a moment. Like one of the things I do on my own is just take a moment to walk, and I make it a proactive part of my day, because if I make it a proactive part of my day and do it before I have to, the day is always going to be that much better. And one of the things I share with patients in the office every week is if you're just starting getting checked and you're introducing chiropractic checkups into your life, is just start making a point of being adamant you have to go for your walk. And I think this makes it a big benefit in terms of how you process your adjustment, start getting moving more, and just managing the stressors throughout the day. So if you're a busy person, you're going to want to see this one, because that stress back connection is definitely there, and it can manifest itself in many ways when it comes to tension in your body. So if you find yourself locking up, getting stiff, possibly maybe reaching your limit, and your body's politely letting you know, i.e. getting headaches maybe, or low back discomfort, you're going to want to watch this one. So I want you to try this simple reset, and it's worked really well. I remember, taking a break from studying years and years ago when I was in school, and just now when I get working on projects, these are some simple, effective techniques you can use. So first of all, sit up tall or even stand. I mean, if you've watched any of our previous videos, you'll know that I'm a big proponent of a standing workstation. Awesome. If you've done that, great. If you're not there yet, really take a moment to stand up every 20 to 30 minutes, even go for a walk to the water cooler. But what I'm going to have you do is actually just sit up in your desk chair right now. And what I want you to think about is I want you to do something called 360 breathing. And we've talked about it in other videos in the past, but I want you to use it to your advantage if you find yourself feeling stressed today, okay? And what you're going to do is breathe 8 to 10 times with this one. And all you're going to do is just in through the nose, okay? And when you're doing it, what you're doing is thinking about expanding everything right down to your pelvic floor. So I breathe in, and I'm not just breathing in, I'm breathing in for a certain length of time, 2 seconds. And really have that vision of all that air coming in, expanding your lungs, expanding your belly, opening up right down to your pelvic floor. And then as you breathe out longer than you breathe in for, so 4 to 5 seconds out, you're going to let everything come up and rise up from your pelvic floor, your core, and right out through your chest, through your lips. So 8 to 10 times, I want you to repeat that. And that's going to be a mini reset, which I think is very effective in terms of, when you think about your muscles getting tighter, you starting to get those feelings of overwhelm or anxiousness, a simple, effective way you can implement right now. Of course, some other simple things that I find really, really work well is, if you have access to it, really, you can sit back like this. And what you can do is just rock back. And remember, you may be getting really tight at the desk in terms of being hunched over, flexed. And we weren't designed to sit that 35, 40 hours a week at the desk. So what you can do is just sit back, heels to your buttocks, and you can apply that same breathing strategy just like this. And let your head sink through. A key is let your head sink through. Feel yourself open up. You can do the child's pose just like that. Again, 8 to 10 breaths. So if you're doing it in a standing position and you're doing some of those opener stretches, what you can do is just like this. Soft elbows, not quite 90, but 45 degrees. And lean forward. And again, you can do your 360 breathing here, opening up. I mean, really, you can do it effectively on a doorway too if you have access to that to at your office. But just hang out and breathe. And again, taking those simple breathing techniques and looking at what the difference is in terms of your response to stress over time. And the hardest part is doing it before you necessarily have to or need to. So set a reminder on your phone, make it simple. And I mean, one of the cool things, that I talk about in the office is how corrective chiropractic care may have an impact on your stress response. And in terms of your spine moving properly and how it impacts how you experience your stress response and your perception of stress is a really neat part. And one of the things that we measure in the office is actually called HRV, heart rate variability, where we'll look at whether somebody's more in that physiological state of fight or flight, the alert and danger system, or the healing calm side of the nervous system. And it's neat, in my experience, to watch them adapt over time through proper examination, series of checkups and checkpoints along the way. You can start to see the differences in how they adapt. And many people, well, you look at red and green, it's how it's measured, start to find themselves over more in the green in terms of more relaxed, less tension, and their body's just working overall that much better. So your nervous system definitely has a link in terms of how your muscles get tight, your spine gets tighter, your stress, and why you experience, well, your low back getting tighter and your neck getting tighter when life gets busy. So consider those simple things when it comes to your health today. And like anything, it takes consistency over time for you to make a difference. So set that alarm, prioritize it, do it a few times a day, 2 times in the morning, 2 times in the afternoon, again, before you have to, right? Be proactive and watch what happens. So check in with that today. If you're a busy parent, if you're in that 35 to 60-year-old category and you just find life is pulling you in so many directions, let's crush it together and come up with techniques that help you manage and be more resilient. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. And of course, as I've shared in the past, I got a big mission in terms of helping people understand their health better and that their nervous system is vitally important and that better function equals better health. And I simply can't do it alone in terms of reaching people and sharing the message. So please take a moment. I could really use your help in terms of sharing that message. Grab the URL, send this video to your feed if you think someone will benefit, or grab the URL and directly text it to somebody who you think needs to just help manage their day and have that vision for a clear, productive day. Anyways, thanks so much. I appreciate you and your consideration. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.